Today, from San Diego, California, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's San Diego taking on the London Monarchs.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 13 carries, 81 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Geno on first down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 113 yards and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Patterson on the draw play. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Patterson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Throwing now is Geno. It's caught by OBJ. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here, game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Smith. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jadeveon Clowney. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Smith. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. And his kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking deep for Adams. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now Mahomes. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Here's Booker on the catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's rightward here. It's 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Looking long for Westbrook. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And it's caught. Touchdown. Eric Ebron. His first touchdown on the year. And the Aftershocks are able to widen their advantage.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. Booker to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. London about set to take over on offense. They're sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now here's Mahomes. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Throwing now is Mahomes. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Monarchs have got it back to within a score. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Point after here coming up. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Patterson. And he stopped immediately there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Smith now to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. On 1st down. It's Patterson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. London about set to take over on offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it's 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They bring their punter out there now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Smith on 1st down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And this is Parker, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again is Smith. And it's caught. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. They're going to run this with a tight end. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They run with Patterson, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Cordero Patterson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Aftershocks are able to stretch out their lead. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Booker to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the 3rd quarter of action. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running.
A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll look to run with Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Geno now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Parker. Six yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Smith. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the 50, it's Smith. And over the middle, this is Parker. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. Touchdown! It's complete. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Aftershocks add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Booker to return it. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And he'll get this one up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
But it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Coup now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Booker to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. London about set to take over on offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff to Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now back to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll set up a throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. On third down, it's Patterson. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. Third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it. Past the 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Booker to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Caught on the right side by Adams. Yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got Booker. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Patterson on the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once more, they turn to Patterson. Down to the 25. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They hand off to their big tight end. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards.
Always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. London about set to take over on offense.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Powers through him. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Mahomes again. He hits Adams, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Mahomes.
That's out to the flat for Ingram.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. Working from the gun. Mahomes. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Patterson, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.